Hello, dear students. Today we are going to start the uh, next portion of cell structure and the function. In this session, we are going to study about the nucleus, cytoplasm, and their significance. And the protoplasm means what? These are some new words for you, but we will see and you will understand very easily. Cell organelles, in the last session also we have seen some list of the cell organelles, is it? So in this session we will study about 2-3 cell organelles which are very essential for our cell and to carry out the cell function. Okay, each of them having their own parts, own requirements, and according to that only they used to be function. Okay, so their structures, their significance, okay, those things we will study here. So nucleus means what? In the last session I told you by comparing the human brain and the nucleus is the same as of, is it? As the human beings or any other organisms take a decision or give a response if the brain is working properly, is it? About the cell also the same thing. If the nucleus is present inside them, the nucleus can control the whole process, okay, that is going to be carried by the cell organelles. If the nucleus is proper one and having all the materials whichever required, then the cell organelle or the cell will work properly and they used to be carry their daily functions as they used to do. So that's why the nucleus is also called as a central dogma of the cell, and it is a essential and major part of the cell. So how it is looks, it is a spherical, it is oval in shape, okay, and it is present at the or inside the center of a cell. Now it present in both plants and animal cells. Because of that the cell cannot work, is it? Not only the plant and animal, it is present in whole cell, that may be any single cellular, that may be multicellular, okay. Now, and significance, what are the significance of it? It controls the center of the cell and it helps in the movement and reproduction. Before that, significance in details, we will see in detail the structure, how it looks and what are the parts the nucleus is having. Now see in the image, each and every cell having their membrane. Okay, membrane means what? It's a covering which is present outermost and protects. Okay, this is the basic thing about the membrane. Now the nucleus is also having the membrane. It is called as a nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope. Envelope means we know that the covering or the pocket which used to be protect the important or essential papers, is it? Same about it. So you can see here, this one is the nuclear envelope. Okay, now the substance or the fluid which is present inside the nucleus, why it is required this is liquid fluid inside the nucleus? Because it is consisting of a nutrition. It gives a nutrition to the materials which are present inside the nucleus. So the materials which are, we will see later. First of all, the liquid fluid which is present in the nucleus, it is called as a nucleoplasm. So bluish portion you are seeing inside, light bluish color, that is the nucleoplasm. Plasm is liquid fluid substance. Okay, next, inside that, at center of the nucleus, a one circular or spherical structure is present, that is called as a this one, nucleolus. It is known as a nucleolus. Each of they having a different functions, that's why they are very important in them. Now next is the thread like structures you are seeing, these are, is it? Those are nothing but a very important things of the nucleus. Because of that only nucleus is called as a very essential part of the cell. Okay, in the higher classes you will get all the clarifications, but for your basic thing I will let you know that this network like structure is called as a chromatin. It's called as a chromatin materials. Why it is called as a chromatin materials? Chromo means colored. Okay, chromatin materials, it is a colored network like structure, okay, which helps in the synthesis of protein materials. Okay, the chromatin materials are nothing but, guys, it's a genes or the our DNA molecules. So genes and DNA molecules are the main thing which is responsible for showing a characteristics in human beings and any other animals or the plants. How it shows the characteristics? For example, our color, our appearance, our hair color, skin color, eyes colors, our height, all these things are we just somewhat similar to our parents. Is it? Exactly, we not. Is it? We are just similar to them. Is it? Because of what? Because of on the only the DNA, genes, chromatin materials. Okay, these are only responsible for showing the same characters in compared to our parents and or the peoples plus your friends, neighbors and your sister, brother, all these things. Okay, so the chromatin, genes and DNA all are called as a genetic material. Okay, this is the basic thing just for your understanding. Now what is mean by the genes? See, don't get confused. Okay, so what is mean by the genes? Genes are the units of inheritance. Inheritance means passing of genetic material from one generation to next generation. In the reproduction you have learned, is it? But in detail you don't know which used to be passed from one generation to next generation, is it? So from parents to us we used to get the chromatin materials or the chromosomes. Okay, so those are nothing but the genes. So it is a small unit which are involved in inheritance, showing us some similar characteristics. Okay, now for example, like eye color, hair, skin color, all these things are somewhat similar to our parents or in our any relatives member. Is it? In our family member or blood relation. Now they controls the trait of living organisms. So what it does, genes used to controls the traits of living organisms. Next, where they locate? They locate inside the nucleus. So where they locate, those are the chromatin materials which are nothing but the genes and the DNA. Okay, so don't get confused. Next, so the materials are present on them, genes are nothing but the segments are present in them, guys. Okay, those are called as a genes. And let me show you in the chromatin materials. If you will see under the microscope, okay, during the cell division what they actually look, they look like this. Okay, they look like this and inside them having a one spherical structure. Okay, we will study in higher classes. So what it does, it is having a small cores on them. Okay, so those are nothing but the genes. Okay, and you can also call it as a DNA. DNA is nothing but the deoxyribonucleic acid. You will study in chemistry. Okay, so this is the thing which is included inside the nucleus. First one, nuclear envelope, nuclear membrane. Okay, nuclear plasm, nucleolus, chromatin materials, and remaining one is the nuclear pore. What is the nuclear pore? So you can see the some spaces are there inside the our nuclear envelope. In between the nuclear envelope, this one, is it? These are the spaces. These are nothing but a nuclear membrane. Okay, so this is actually connected like this. Okay, so the nuclear pole helps in the transporting, means whichever the essential materials the nucleus will require, that will transport or that will intake. Okay, So if the genetic material they wanted to transfer or any protein synthesis will be done inside them, so they can transport through the nuclear pore. So this is about the nucleus. So what is the function of the nucleus? It controls the, what it does, it used to control the cell. All the cell functions it get controlled by the nucleus only. Because of this it's a central controller. Okay, next, it helps in movement of protein and DNA through the nuclear pore. Just I have told you, whatever the protein synthesis will be takes place inside the nucleus, that will transport. Now you are might be getting confused that we used to get the proteins from our daily routine, the whatever we used to take the nutrition, is it? So see, there are the essential and non-essential type of proteins in the nature, okay, which are very essential guys. Those only used to synthesize in our body, okay, that only done by the organelles, cell organelles and the nucleus only. Okay, so we cannot get the essential type of proteins which are very important for our body synthesis, okay, that we cannot eat from our food materials. So now don't get confused, the proteins which we eat, that is a different and this one is different. Okay, this is actually different because these are called as a essential one because it's synthesized inside only, this will not get from outside. Okay, so now the protein and DNA through nuclear pore from the nucleus to the cytoplasm. So this is actually transportation, how takes place or the movement. Now cellular reproduction also done. In the next chapter we are going to study about the reproduction in animals. At that time also you will get the clear clarification about this nucleus. Okay, now the chromosome contained in the nucleus plays a crucial role during the cell division. What is mean by the cell division and all these things you will understand later. So this is actually happens during the what can we say, the baby used to take the birth. At that time, from that to the till the 9 months, whatever the processes takes place inside that baby, the cell division used to be done. Okay, before that taking the birth also those process takes place. Those we will study in the next chapter, so don't get confused. Now you have to be keep in mind that the structure of nucleus and its a significance and what are the parts of the nucleus. Okay, now the genes present inside the chromosome decide the hereditary character. See, just I have told you, the genes only responsible for showing the characters like skin color, hair color, height and whatever the characters in our appearance. Okay, those are nothing but shown by the nucleus only. Next, what is mean by the cytoplasm? It's a fluid liquid substance which is present inside the cell, enclosed by the plasma membrane. Just we have seen the nucleoplasm is also present, the bluish color, and that enclosed by the nuclear envelope, is it? But same about the any type of the cell also. So in the cell you can see, is it, the same colored portion is there, that is nothing but the cytoplasm. So this all same colored, is it, inside here also present, that is nothing but the cytoplasm. Okay, so the cytoplasm is a liquid fluid substance which is enclosed by the plasma membrane. Okay, now it's a little viscous and almost consisting of 80% of water. Now it's also termed as, or it is also called as a cytosol. So cytoplasm is also known as the cytosol. Okay, next, cytosol means cyto, a fluid substance which is a solution. Okay, next, what is the role of this cytoplasm? It used to consist the dissolved nutrients, whatever the nutrients are present or used to take up, okay, and get synthesized by themselves, those are in the form of a dissolved form. Okay, because it is consisting of 80% of a water. Next, it dissolves the waste products also, Organelles embedded in a cytoplasm each performs a specific function without which the cell cannot function as a whole. See, I told you the organelles and the nucleus are very essential. Okay, just to perform their work, just to do their function, they require the nutrition. Is it? So who will provide? The cytoplasm will provide the nutrition to the nucleus, the and along with the organelles which is present inside the cell, and those are just embedded, means those are just located inside the cytoplasm. Okay, next, it controls the shape of the cell to an extent. So sometimes it's used to be controls the shape because the fluid is present everywhere inside the cell, and in them only just the organelles are situated. Okay, if the water content will be the more, then the fluid liquid will be the more. It means that it will just get the shapes of that liquid content only. Is it? Suppose a glass of water is there. Okay, you have a different shapes of the glass or the cups. If you pour the water inside them, then water used to take the shape of that particular glass or the cup. Is it? Same thing. Next, it helps in the cellular respiration. What is mean by the respiration? The uptake of food material along with the oxygen to break down the food materials. Okay, so that is process called as a respiration, where it actually takes place in a one cell organelle that we will see in details in the next session. Now, what is the protoplasm? Third one is important thing, like a nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay, the protoplasm is living substance of a cell, so it is a living one. So the cytoplasm plus nucleus forms protoplasm. So when the cytoplasm plus nucleus combinedly present in the cell, that is known as a protoplasm. So what is the definition of protoplasm? It is a combination of combination of cytoplasm and the nucleus. Now, our main and important thing of this chapter, that is the cell organelles. So why we need to be know about the cell organelles? Just we have discussed that without the cell organelles this and the nucleus, the cell cannot perform any work. Is it? Under the nucleus only the cell organelles can be do their functions. Is it? So what are their functions, which are their structures, what is their structures particular name, those we will study here. So in this session we will study about the one or two organelle. Okay, so first one, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, in the last session only we have seen the list of the organelles and some of their small functions, why they are called like this. Okay, but in details we are see now. Endoplasmic reticulum means what? See, the endoplasmic reticulum means what? It is a cell organelle. Okay, so now cell organelles means what? It is a several cell organelles are suspended in the cell's cytoplasms. Okay, each organelle is surrounded by its membrane that may be eukaryotic one. Okay, so these are the structures which having their own different functions and which do their function under the control of nucleus. Okay, these are known as a cell organelles. Now, what is the endoplasmic reticulum? It is a complex network of membrane bounded tubules. So what it means? See, network of complex membrane bounded tubules. So you can see this is the structure. Is it? These are nothing but a tubular in structure. Yes, and those are network like in structure connected to each other like this. Is it? That's why it is called as a complex network. See this one. Okay, and this is a tubular in shape. Obviously the tube like structure is there. Yes, and it's a rounded shape. So sometimes endoplasmic reticulum shapes are varies according to the functions and the different cell organelles or the cell. Now see, there are the two types of the endoplasmic reticulums are there. First one, that is a SER and RER. SER means smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now, why it is called as a SER and RER? There are some speciality in their structures. So, according to that, they get named likewise. See, SER means smooth one and RER means rough. So, in the first one, in this case, you are seeing the dotted things are present here. Is it? Yes. And this is also a endoplasmic reticulum, but no any dots are here. Okay, so the dots which are present in the endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as a granules. Those dots are called as a granules. That's why it is known as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why it is called as a rough endoplasmic? Because it is consisting of granules on their tubular structures. Okay, and those granules are nothing but the ribosomes. Why the ribosomes? Because ribosomes helps in the synthesis of the protein. Okay, now you understood how the cell used to be produce the proteins or synthesize the protein with the help of ribosome. So ribosome is also one cell organelle. Okay, now in this another one endoplasmic reticulum, you see no any granules or the ribosomes are present there. Is it? Why? Because there no any synthesis of proteins takes place. Okay, it is only used to produce the lipid molecules. So what it does, it used to produce only the lipid molecules. So the first one, rough one, is used to synthesize the protein and smooth one used to synthesize the lipid. Now you have got to know their functions also and their structures. It's a tubular complex network, tubular in structure and rounded shape, having granules on them. Those are called as a rough endoplasmic. Those who haven't granules on them, those are known as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what is the function of the endoplasmic reticulum? It synthesizes both proteins and lipids. Is it? Now, the synthesized protein and lipids, they are helpful for which purpose? They help in the synthesis of plasma membrane. We have studied about the plasma membrane, is it? So, plasma membrane is made up of lipids and protein, is it? The bed-like structure, that is present, two layers are present. Upper and lower layer is made up of the lipid, and inside them the proteins are situated or embedded. That is why it's known as the proteins. So now the endoplasmic reticulum, whichever the proteins and lipids synthesize, they used to be transport, and through them later it will helps in the synthesis of the plasma membrane. Next, it acts as a channel to transport material. So what it does, it used to transport the proteins and lipids in the form of a channels. Just we have seen how they are in a network structures and connected to each other. Likewise, other organelles are also connected or attached to them. Okay, so likewise they used to be transport. In the next session we will see which are the organelles are connected or attached to them to form a one channel. Okay, to form a one channel and to transport a lipid and proteins in respective manners. Okay, so for any doubts and difficulties, you can ask me anytime. Okay, so till now we have studied the nucleus, cytoplasm, protoplasm, their significance, plus one organelle which is known as the endoplasmic reticulum, how it looks, what is its structure, where it locates. Okay, and what are their types, what are the significance. Okay, so see here where they actually locates, I think I have not told you. It's just present attached to the nuclear envelope. Okay, where it actually present attached to the nuclear envelope. Okay, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum just behind or just behind to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So those are mostly distributed in so many ways. Okay, those are not present singly or two three. Okay, they are present in many numbers. So in this image you can see where are they present. So this one here, this one. So they may present in many numbers. Okay, so this was about the today's session. In the next session we will study about the remaining cell organelles. Till that, thank you.